was nearly the end of the summer holidays. Nicola's dad took the food investigators for a trip to the seaside. The children were really excited, as it had been a long time since they were at the beach because of the bad weather. After arriving at the seaside, Nicola, Ronnie, Alicia and Jordan could not wait to go down to the beach. "Look!" Ronnie shouted. "There are tiny crabs crawling in and out of the rock pools." The children went over and were amazed. Suddenly, the children noticed boats appearing on the horizon. "Those must be the fishermen arriving back from sea," Nicola's dad remarked. "Let's go and have a look," Alicia suggested enthusiastically. Nicola's dad and the children went up to the harbour and saw lots of boats coming back from their morning catch. Nicola saw a familiar face. "Dad, isn't that Mr. Skate?" she said. Nicola's dad looked at where Nicola was pointing and saw his old school friend, Ray Skate, who fished locally. Nicola gave Mr. Skate a hug. "Hello, Nicola," Mr. Skate said cheerfully. "It's been a while since I last saw you. Glad you still remember me. Have you changed your mind about fish?" Nicola stuck her tongue out and made a funny face. Nicola's dad said, "Of course not. I'm still trying to convince her to eat fish. Perhaps you could help me." Nicola didn't like the smell of fish. Mr. Skate said hello to all the children, and they introduced themselves as the food investigators. Alicia loved seafood and was interested to know more about what Mr. Skate did. "What happens to all the fish you catch?" Alicia asked. "Ah, well, it goes to market to be sold. Would you like to see the market?" said Mr. Skate. "Oh, yes, please," said Alicia. "That would be great if it's no trouble, Ray," said Nicola's dad. "Of course not. Follow me," said Mr. Skate. The children followed Mr. Skate to the market and questioned him on the way. "How often do you go out to sea?" Ronnie asked. Mr. Skate replied, "As often as we can during the week, but sometimes the sea may be too rough for us. Safety is very important." "Sounds so exciting. Maybe I can come along too," said Jordan. Mr. Skate smiled. "Our day starts very early, often before most of you wake up, so that we can catch fresh fish for the markets and shops." After a short walk, they arrived at the market. It looked like a big shed. The fishermen and helpers were taking boxes of fish they had caught into the market and stacking them up ready to be sold. "I've never seen so many different types of fish before," said Jordan. Mr. Skate chuckled and said, "There are plenty indeed, all from the sea." "What happens at the market?" Alicia asked. Mr. Skate answered, "We sell the fish here at this market, and then it goes to local shops and fishmongers. I actually own a fishmonger's just down the road. Would you like to come along and have a look?" The food investigators looked at Nicola's dad. "Sounds good, let's go," he said, smiling. Alicia, Ronnie and Jordan were excited. Nicola frowned. Mr. Skate showed the children around the shop and the different types of fish he sold. They saw oily fish like salmon and mackerel, white fish like haddock and cod, as well as mussels, prawns and crabs. Ronnie pointed at the crabs and said, "We saw some of these at the beach this morning." Mr. Skate laughed. "These are different. We don't normally eat the ones on the beach." Nicola asked, "Why are these fish lying on ice?" Mr. Skate replied, "This is to keep them cool and fresh." Jordan said, "I have only seen fish in a can." Mr. Skate remarked, "Yes, you can get fish which is canned or frozen, but this is fresh fish. Tell me, what are your favourite fish dishes?" The children took turns to talk about their favourite fish recipes. Jordan said, "I love helping my gran to cook fish pie." Ronnie followed. "Kedgeree tastes delicious. It's a family favourite." Alicia said, "My mum cooks the best steamed fish. It's very healthy and delicious with rice. A very popular dish at our friend's Chinese restaurant too." Of course, Nicola didn't have a favourite fish dish, and she felt very embarrassed. Mr. Skate said, "Very well, children. Are you hungry?" The children had been out the whole morning, and it had been a while since they had breakfast. "Would you like to try some of our signature mini fish cakes?" Mr. Skate asked. Alicia, Ronnie and Jordan all said yes. Nicola shook her head gently. Mr. Skate went inside the kitchen and cooked some fish cakes. "Wow," said Alicia and laughed. "They are shaped like fish too." Alicia, Ronnie, Jordan and Nicola's dad each tried a mouthful. "They're delicious," they all said together. "Nicola, would you like to try some too?" Mr. Skate asked. After seeing how everyone else enjoyed the fish cakes, Nicola thought she may give it a go. "Yes, please," she said, and sampled her first bite. To her surprise, it tasted delicious. Nicola said, "Yum! Thank you, Mr. Skate. I never knew fish cakes tasted so good." "That's why it's always worth giving new foods a try," Mr. Skate said and winked. It was time to go. "I'm afraid it's time to head home," said Nicola's dad. The children and Nicola's dad thanked Mr. Skate for his time. It had been a great morning learning more about fish. On their way back, Nicola's dad asked the children to think about the different types of fish that could be used in cooking. They loved the challenge. Well, they were the food investigators. "Let's try to come up with a fish dish each. How about sushi?" suggested Alicia. "Fish fingers," yelled Jordan. "Tuna sandwiches," shouted Ronnie. "How about seafood salad?" asked Nicola. Alicia, Ronnie and Jordan smiled and were surprised how Nicola had become interested in fish. "I never knew fish could be so tasty, and I can't wait to help Dad cook some more," Nicola grinned.